Welcome. I'm Renee, a Canadian psychologist, and today we are looking at anxiety and depression through a CBT lens. Do you ever find yourself thinking, I don't know what's wrong with me, I have things to do, people to show up for, but my brain is just spiraling? Sometimes I feel like I'm drowning in worries, other times I feel absolutely nothing, like I'm watching my life go by. If that resonates with you, you're not alone. Anxiety and depression are the most common mental health struggles worldwide. But here's the thing, what you're feeling isn't a personal flaw, it's a pattern. And today we're exploring that pattern through one of the most widely used and evidence based approaches in psychology, cognitive behavioral therapy, or CBT. CBT helps us look under the hood of anxiety and depression, not just to understand it, but to discover what we can do about it. So, what is CBT and why does it matter? Cognitive behavioral therapy is built on a simple but powerful idea. Our thoughts, feelings, physical sensations, and behaviors are all connected. This is often called the CBT model, and it works like this. So a situation happens, we have an automatic thought about it, that thought triggers an emotion, our body responds to that emotion with physical sensations, we act or react with the behavior, and then that behavior reinforces our thoughts and the cycle just continues. So an example, so the situation, a friend doesn't reply to your text. An automatic thought, are they mad at me? They're mad at me. Feeling, anxiety. Physically, it might feel like your heart racing, your stomach might be in knots. The behavior, you avoid texting them again and you ruminate and worry about it all day. The CBT model actually helps us step back and see this loop so we can start interrupting it where we can. So first, let's look at anxiety through the CBT lens. Anxiety often starts with threat-based thinking. These are thoughts that overestimate danger and underestimate our ability to cope. So it sounds like, what if I mess up? Something bad is going to happen. I won't be able to handle it. These thoughts create a fight or flight response in our body with racing heart, shallow breath, muscle tension. And then our body is acting like we're being chased by a tiger, even if the threat is a work meeting or a social interaction. This leads to safety behaviors, things we do to avoid discomfort, canceling plans, over-rehearsing, avoiding confrontation, seeking constant reassurance. But here's the kicker. These behaviors give temporary relief only, and in the long run, they actually reinforce the anxiety. The brain learns, I was safe because I avoided it, instead of learning, I can face discomfort and survive. So the anxious loop continues. Scary thought, avoid it, have some relief, but then we have a stronger, scary thought next time. Now let's just look at depression through the CBT lens. So depression often involves hopelessness or self-critical thoughts, sounding like, what's the point? Nothing will ever change. I can't even get this right. And these thoughts don't just hurt emotionally, they shut us down. And they might stop us from doing things that bring us joy, meaning, or connection. And this could lead to staying in bed all day, avoiding social contact, neglecting personal care, neglecting responsibilities. And because we do less, we get less positive feedback from our life. And then the less joy we have, the less accomplishment we have, and the fewer moments of connection we have. And then the brain learns, see, this is pretty useless, or you are useless. And then the depression deepens. It's called the depression cycle. Negative thought, low mood, withdrawal, no reward, more negative thoughts. And then when we can understand this pattern, we can also begin to shift. Now, the truth is, anxiety and depression feed each other, and not everyone understands this. We don't always talk about that fact, but they do show up together. Sometimes anxiety leads to depression, and the constant fear can burn you out and make you feel hopeless. And sometimes depression leads to anxiety, low energy, lost motivation, and that triggers panic about falling behind. Research shows in several different studies that approximately 50% of people who have one of these mental health concerns end up also experiencing symptoms of the other. So CBT is helpful because it supports us in treating the loops underneath all of those cycles. And even small changes to thought patterns or behaviors can begin to shift the whole system. Now you know what you're experiencing isn't random, it's a cycle, it's a loop, and like any other loop, it can be interrupted. CBT does not promise instant relief. It does take work, but it offers something better, a path that's practical, proven, and empowering. And on Thursday, we're going to look at 6 core CBT tools that can help you begin that shift. These tools are evidence-based, doable in everyday life, and they're gentle to your nervous system. In the meantime, try this. Think of one moment in the past week that triggered anxiety or low mood and ask yourself, what thought came up? What did I feel in my body? What did I do in response? And then bring that reflection to our next episode and we'll work with it together. You got this. I'll see you on Thursday.